Hi everybody, this is Anthony from Sunny Creates. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I thought I would make one ephemera for my yellow and blue Bonanza junk journal. Okay, so I made this idea. I made this as a prototype over here on my Love Me Tender kit or journal, and I thought I want to replicate it. And this idea was from Pinterest. Okay, and I think it's almost the same idea, but I can't remember who made it, so I apologize to the person, but it is definitely from Pinterest. Okay, so what do we need for this project? We need some cardstock, okay, because that's the cardstock there, and there's some cardstock in here as well. Then we need whatever pattern paper you want to use, but we also need a contrasting pattern paper, okay, for this part here. You can use and then I've put it as a pocket, so I've got another tag here in the background, okay, like that. Okay, also you need, if you want to decorate it, or you want to have, like tabs, then you can put your own tabs on it. I have a tab punch, so I'm able to use that. And then what you would need is dies for it, like nesting dies for it, for the tag and the circle. Or if you don't have dies, then that's fine. You can just cut your tag, and then you can cut a smaller version of the tag, and then you take a something that's round, like this or whatever, and you two different sizes, so one must be bigger than the other, and then you can cut your circle, and then you can cut your circle out. Okay, now I am going to be using my nesting dies because I have them, but it's not a project that you absolutely need dies for. You can do it on your own. Okay, I'll give you the size of this, but this project can be in any size that you would like it to be in. So the bigger one is it is 14 centimeters, or in inches that would be 5 3/4 inches. No, 5.5 inches, sorry. And across it is let's do it here. It is just over 8.5 centimeters, 8.6 centimeters, and in inches that would be 3 3 3/8. Okay, all right. And then the smaller one, well, if you don't have a die, a nesting die, then the smaller one is, you know what, let me look at the smaller one, because my tab is sitting on the smaller one there. So the smaller one is actually it cuts on the inside, so I think about 12.5 centimeters, or 5 inches, and across it is just over 7 centimeters, 7.2, or it is 2 7/8. Yeah, about 2 7/8. Okay, now these two big ones will make that there, the big tag, and then the other one that sits on top of it. But inside that, okay, this part here is also the same shape but smaller in size. So the cardstock one is about 11.5 centimeters, or in inches that is 4.5 inches, and then And then across it is 2 and 3/8 of an inch, or nearly 6 centimeters. And then the smaller one is in centimeters 10.2 centimeters, or in inches, what would that be? About 4 inches, okay, if you want to round it up. And then across it is about 5 centimeters, which will roughly translate to about 2 inches. Well, no, well, this is 2, yeah, and 7/8 of an inch, okay. No, 1 and 7/8 of an inch, sorry. Okay, and then this here, this card here, I made it, the one that slips at the back, if you want to make it as a pocket. It's the same size as this one here, okay, the cardstock one. Okay, so what will you need? I mentioned you can use a punch if you have one. If you don't use dies, then you will obviously need a ruler and a pencil and a scissors to be able to cut your tags out. Okay, so let me explain. There's only one difficult part to this, that's all. So this is the inner, okay, it's made out of cardstock. Now, although you don't realize it, this here, this cardstock circle here is not from that tag there. That tag is a base, okay. The cardstock, this part of the circle is, you see this card here, this tag here, you cut it twice. You cut it once from cardstock, and then you cut it one, or craft, colored paper, and you cut it again from your pattern paper. So you'll have 2 tags the same size, which is this one here, and you'll have one that you cut from like craft colored paper, or craft colored board, and then you'll have one that is the ordinary one, okay. Now then what you will do here is that you will make the inner, the craft colored board, its circle smaller, okay, in diameter. When you cut it out, then you will make the pattern paper, okay. So what you need to do, and what works, is that you put your what's the word I'm looking for? You first cut, okay, your biggest die out. You first cut your bigger die out, which is on your pattern paper. Then once you cut the bigger die, circle out, sorry, the bigger circle out. Once you cut the bigger circle out, you then take your pattern paper and you glue it to this cardstock, the one that's the same size as this, okay. You glue it to that, okay, and then you cut the smaller circle out. So cut 2 of these, this is the biggest one only of it. 2 of these are the same size, the colored one, and or the cardstock one, and the pattern paper. First, you will cut the bigger diameter circle from the pattern paper. Then you will glue that tag onto the craft one, okay, and then you will cut the smaller circle out, okay. All right, so I am going to first cut all these out, but I'm not going to cut the circles out because I'll explain it to you again, okay, because in case you get confused. So I'm going to cut this one out, I'm going to cut this and that one out as well, and I'm going to cut the 2 out for this, okay. All right, so if I'm going to cut it out, let me show you the dies that I'm going to be using, okay. So there's my 4 nesting dies. The big one that acts as a base, this one you'll need 2 of, one in cardstock and one in pattern paper. Then you'll need one of this in cardstock, okay, because it's the third biggest size. You'll need one of this in a pattern paper, a contrasting pattern paper compared to that one. And then if you want to have a pocket, you will take the third largest one and you will make a, you know, like a card, whatever pattern or whatever. This one belongs to that book there, that journal there. Okay, so these are my 4 nesting dies that I'm going to use. Now I've given you the measurements of all 4, and I will give you the measurements of the circles just now, but just so that you know they nest. Okay, and I'm going to be using this. I don't need to show you how to cut tags. If anything, y'all are experts at that. What's the pattern paper I'm going to be using? I'm going to be using this for the smaller one on the inside. Now this is my kit, my blue and yellow Bonanza kit, but what I did is I printed like 4 A4 pages onto one, so 4 to a page. So I'm going to use that, and then for this one here, okay, always remember that the bigger ones are the ones, the bigger companion. So that's, you can call that one set, okay? And then you can call this the other set here. So from the 2 sets, it's always the bigger one that is the cardstock one, okay? But it changes on the circle, kind of a thing. Right, so now what you're going to do, yes, so I am going to use this tiniest one for there. And then this one here, I am going to use probably, hopefully it's going to fit. I didn't measure. I'm just hazarding a guess. Yep, it's going to fit. I'm going to use that. Now, this is normal copy paper, okay? And I'm not going to be too fast because I know I'm going to glue this onto cardstock, okay? I mean the craft paper. I know, craft card. I'm going to glue it onto that. So I'm not going to be two-faced. Now, I like that. I think I'm going to use that image over there. Okay, so let me go and cut, and then I'll be back with you shortly. Okay? Okay, so let's see what we got over here now. What do I have over here? All right, so I have that, and then that over there for that one there, right? So that's going to go on the inside. Then I have this one for the bigger one, and then I have this one for the smaller one. So that's a pair and that's a pair. Okay, got it. Okay, so I am going to do the smaller pair first. And unfortunately I have to ink this. I won't ink that, okay, but I need to ink this, and I need to ink it, but guess what, where's my Inkadoodle has decided to walk away. Oh my god, oh no, there's it here. I don't know, it could be me, you know, like that. And I am using walnut stain. Yeah, so I hope you are all well. Yeah, I'll ink that one later. Okay, even this one I'll ink it because it's going to be glued down, right? Yeah, so I hope you're all well. It is Monday evening over here, and I must say I'm so tired, guys. We had a team lunch because one of our team members was going away. So we went to do bowling, 10-pin bowling, and then we did lunch. Well, actually very late lunch after that. But the fun part about the bowling is that you had to not bowl normally for all 10 rounds. Okay, you had to bowl with what they call a disability, okay, kind of a thing. So the 4 were normal. I think it was 4 that were normal, you know, as you normally bowled, but then the other 4 or 6 were not, okay. And trust me, it is difficult to do it. So some of the things that we did was we bowled tippy toes, So we bowled on with, you know, with on our tips of our toes, and it sounds easy, but it's actually not. We bowled one round with our less dominant hand. So that was interesting. I think I was the only person that bowled with my right hand, because everyone else was right-handed, so they had to bowl with their left hand. Then we bowled one where we had to bend our knees and bowl. Okay. Then we had one where we had to bowl backwards. So we must not be facing the lane when we bowl, like literally. Then we bowled one with grandma style with both. Yeah, and then we bowled one where someone else took your turn to bowl for you. So, you know, you get two, within the turn you get two opportunities. So you can either give them the first opportunity or the second opportunity to bowl for you. So that was a lot of fun. Oh, I did that wrong. Okay. No, I cut one. Okay, no. I think I cut one short. And where's my other one? Just want to see which side this was. Which size was it? The biggest? Yeah, that's the biggest. So I'm missing that size. Okay, maybe I'll put it away. Just give me a second. That's weird. Okay, let me just go and look for it quickly and I'll get back to you, okay? Nope, it's right. It's right. No, it's not right. All right, let's see. Let us see here. Okay. I don't know, haven't a clue. I can't find it anyway, but I mean, I cut it. I can see the paper I cut it from. Okay, so I just cut another one because I have the opportunity to glue this onto this and then cut a circle out of it, or I have the opportunity to cut a circle out of this here. I think I'm going to cut a circle out here because this is still going to get backed up on that there. Okay, so I am kind of going to cut the circle out. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, this is the part where your outside, which is your loveliness, okay, your printed side, must be, the circle must be bigger than the craft paper this is going to go onto. Okay, so when you finally glue this together, this circle is going to be bigger, okay, than the craft paper that you are going to glue on. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this here and I am going to cut the circle out from this paper here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up. I'm going to eyeball kind of the middle of it, and then I'm going to put some washi on it, and I am going to go quickly and cut this circle out for you. Okay, but I'm not going to cut that one out because I want to show you what it looks like, right? So just like that. Now let me quickly go and cut the circle and I'll be back. Okie dokie, so I'm back. Here's the circle that I cut out here now, and I am going to take it out like that. Okay, and I'm going to leave that there, and I am going to just ink within this circle now. Okay, like that, kind of. Like that. And then I'm going to take this and I am going to stick it now on that like that. Okay, so lucky for me, I was allowed to do it. Now you can put a vellum piece in between, you know, because you know I'm doing a whole lot of vellum. So before you stick the circle down, you can put the vellum in there if you want to. Okay, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to, well, no, you shouldn't be putting the vellum inside there because you're not going to see it. You're going to have another layer after this layer to put vellum on to make it a vellum window. Okay, right, so can you see that now? Like that. Okay, so that's done. There. Now I'm going to take the smaller of the circles, which is this one. I'm going to position it inside and I'm going to now cut out like that. Okay, so I'm just going to position it inside like that, and I'm going to use the same tape over here like that. That doesn't look in position. Maybe like that. Okay, so this was the bigger circle and this is the smaller one, and when I come back I'll give you dimensions. Now I'm gonna go cut that. I need to now I thought while I was at it I would just emboss this as well. Okay, so I've embossed it. Oh, how pretty is that? Okay, and then I am going to, so I'm not going to take it out like that. Oh man, really? Normally that doesn't happen, but my washi tape tore some of my paper. But thankfully, because of the design of this, you can't really notice it. It got torn. There. Right, so there's that one. And then all you're going to do is you're going to probably ink the inside of this one here. Like that as well. Kind of like that. Right, like that. Okay, and now what you're going to do is you are going to place this in here, but you're not going to glue the full thing down because you want this to go inside there, remember? So what you're going to do is you're going to glue there, 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 and there. So you're going to leave that part and that part open, this side here and that side open. Okay, so I'm going to leave those open and just going to glue here, here. Sometimes I think it's better to put it down. Well, either way, this hand is not straight today. Like that. And then you are going to place it here in the center. Oh, that moved. Does that look right? Oh, I guess so. Guess it does. So let's clean it up. Like that. Okay. Seems like this. There is glue there. Oh, is there? Just let's try and put a little bit in there. Yeah. Okay, so that's it there. Now what you're going to do is that while that's drying, let us put some tags on it. Okay. And you can decorate your tag any which way you please. So I need a tag coming out this way. So I'm going to take a blue for that. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to take my flat piece of, my flat part for my silhouette, and put the line there to just do that. Okay, to try and get it straight or even. So it's relatively straight or even. Then I'm going to add that here like that. Okay, just adding some glue to it. That, and I'm adding it. You can have the pocket coming out the other way too, and if you do that, you just glue this side and leave these two open here on that side. Right, that's that one now. Then I wanted to add one to here, and then one to here. Okay, so color's bright, so I think I'm not going to add this one to that. I don't think I would like it there. So I have some tabs in my kit that I'm going to cut out and add to that one, but I haven't as yet cut them out. So and I coffee dyed the paper, so I'm just going to look for that one quickly just now to add it there. But then this one I can add to here like that there. Okay, but I think I'm going to ink it because it's, wow, it's bright yellow. You know, it's screaming like the sun. It's giving the sun some competition here. Okay, so it's not a hard project. It's quite an easy project. I think, you know, if you don't have the nesting dies, it's still not a hard project. It just takes more time to put it together, but not a hard project as such. Anyone can actually do this. I don't think you need to be advanced or anything, because I certainly am not. Okay. There we go, like that. Okay, so that's going to go in here like that. So it's going to look like that. And then when you glue this down on the page and you glue here, 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 and here, then that's going to be a pocket for you to slide that one into, like that. And yes, that is the project. That is the project. As I mentioned, we'll put a tab on that one, but I don't want the yellow tab on it. I think not. So that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, and yes, I'll see you again shortly. But do take care and enjoy crafting from me here in South Africa. Happy crafting and have a blessed week ahead until I chat to you again. Bye bye, everybody.